and welcome back to Legacy of Leaders, where we interview the brightest and most interesting leaders in the community. And today is no different. I'm your host, Whitney Mincey, joined by a very special guest, Mr. Arminius Patterson from Audacious-By-Arminius. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I am so excited to talk about your business, a custom suit company. I love fashion. So first of all, tell us a little bit about your company and how you got into it.
Yeah, so this is a custom suit company for men, women, and kids. We started this company in 2015. I was a senior at Shaw University, which is the oldest HBCU in the South.
Wow, okay.
Every Wednesday, I would commute to the Goodwill and thrift store, and I would get fabrics from sheets and curtains and pillowcases.
Wow.
Then I would take them back to my apartment and sew those items into bow ties, selling those bow ties around campus to my professors and different people in fraternities. We did that for about a year. Then my first year post-grad, around about 2016, I was a wardrobe stylist for 2 years. And then I actually started renting out black tuxedos in 2017-18. And every single year, we kind of noticed the same styles, similar styles, the grays, the blacks, and the blues, not a lot of different textures and fabrics.
Right.
So that's when we just started the custom option.
And so how did you get into this business? Like, what were you doing before this?
Prior to, I was a adaptive physical education teacher.
Oh, okay.
So I taught physical education to special needs kids. And I was doing that while also working at Hibbett Sports, while also running a company in a sense.
Wow,
so,
you're busy.
Yeah,
You've been busy.
Try to be productive.
Yeah. So for those that are hearing about this for the first time and they're really interested in seeing what you can create for them, what does the process look like?
So yeah, the process is pretty simple. You just go on www.dapperdowntoearth.com, click on schedule a fitting. Within 24 to 48 hours, you'll receive an email from us to kind of bring you into our office to where you can pick from over 1,000 different fabrics.
Wow.
We're going to take about 15 to 18 measurements just to make sure this is specifically, precisely made for you.
Yeah.
You get to pick out your fabrics, your buttons, the lining of the jacket, custom monogramming. We really want to make this more so your suit. We want you to feel just as good as you look on the outside, and that's what custom suiting is about.
Right. So when you walk out with your new suit, you know for a fact that no one else has this.
No.
Right.
So it's different tiers and different levels of custom suiting. You have off the rack, which you would just go into a store, maybe a Men's Warehouse or K&G and just grab a suit, which is going to need some alterations. And then you have made to measure, which is similar to a component that we can offer as well. You kind of come in, we take some measurements. Then you have truly bespoke suiting. Right. Which is, but the term bespoke comes from bespoking for. So this fabric, these 4 yards of fabric is specifically for Whitney and no one else. Yeah. The price point of that is a little bit more than the average suit. Of course. But that's a true one-of-one bespoke suit only for you.
Yeah, it's worth paying for that.
It is.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so one of my favorite things about what you're doing with your company is how you're giving back to the community. So please tell us a little bit about that.
So absolutely, we live by a quote in our company is, you can't be what you don't see. Exposure is key. So we want to expose our community to something outside of the norm, something outside of being an athlete or entertainer. So we think fashion can do that. So just recently, me and my partner, Gabe Rogers and Alex Curtis, we did the Wealthy Fashion Show downtown Jacksonville at the Mocha Museum. Oh, nice. We were able to award 3 scholarships to give back to our community. And then just on the everyday scale of what we do, we take about 2 to 4 juniors and seniors from high school, and we have a dappership the way they can come in and learn about suiting. They also is commission based, so they actually get paid to measure and to learn about fabrics and to do one-on-one consultations. So we feel like we're making an impact in the community, and we want to push the needle forward.
Yeah, I love that. I think there's not a lot of companies that allow high schoolers to come in and get that real world experience in an industry that they probably already have interest in.
Absolutely.
So it's incredible. Yeah. Well, before we run out of time, I like to ask, what does leadership mean to you?
Leadership, leadership to me is not being afraid to do what you're asking others to do. So I like to roll up my sleeves and get my hands dirty as well, so I can sew. I can conduct one-on-one consultations, and I'm not just the manager, I'm not just the owner, I'm also the worker as well. So a true leader is actually going to lead by actions, and not solely by words. Leading by example. I love that. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. If you'd like to learn more about Arminius and Audacious-By-Arminius, make sure you go to dailynewsnetwork.com. All of his information will be there, and you can start the process of getting your very own custom suit. We'll see you next time.